glove as a first baseman because you can't really push a wheelchair with the glove on.
Right.
So that's one of the differences. We play on asphalt. You can't play on grass pushing the wheelchair.
Right.
And our chair's a little bit different than the regular wheelchair you'll see. They're sports chairs. The wheels are cambered out a little bit more than normal. They're quicker, they're faster. The really good ones are actually built for the individual. I just got my new one that was built by Performax, and they it's such a huge difference because it's fit to you. So when you move, the chair moves. So that's a huge difference.
How much does a fancy custom-made softball wheelchair go for?
They're not cheap. Anywhere from, I'd say, $4,000 to $6,000 or $7,000. Yes.
And so how are these type of things funded? I know you have sponsorships and things like that, but till you get to the level you said, the fancier or the better ones are made to fit with the person. Right. So obviously some people are not using custom-made ones because of the cost. So right. How do you defray the costs?
Well, each individual gets their own chair. Now, we do have a number of chairs that people can borrow. And that's the way I started off, is borrowing a chair. And you get playing in that for a while, and then you see all these other guys playing so much better, and you know it's a chair.
Right.
So you save up money and things like that, or do a personal fundraiser to help to pay for it.
Is that type of thing easier today with GoFundMe things and stuff like that, and maybe better awareness of situations like this for people than we've had in the past?
It is, yeah. With the GoFundMe and Facebook and all the the media out there, social marketing that's out there, it is.
More of Danny's Reasonably Irreverent podcast after this.
Before you spend your time and money going after an MBA, ask yourself why. Is it so you can tell people you got your MBA? So you can add a line to your CV? So you can call it a CV instead of a resume? Truth is, any MBA will do that. On the other hand, if your goal is to learn how to successfully manage and grow a business with real-world insights from experienced professionals, well, consider getting your MBA from Park University. Our low student-to-teacher ratio gives you personalized attention, and our face-to-face and online classes offered in 8-week terms are designed with working professionals like you in mind. No wonder the Kansas City Business Journal ranks Park University as the top MBA program in the area. Classes begin June 10th at all 4 KC area locations: Parkville, Downtown, Independence, and Lenexa. Visit park.edu to get started.
Looking for a truly unique escape from your normal entertainment or corporate team-building regimen? Stay tuned for an exclusive offer only for Reasonably Irreverent listeners. I'm excited to tell you about an extraordinary destination, the Exit Room, located in the heart of beautiful downtown Lee Summit. The Exit Room is a distinctive entertainment option that offers a cool alternative to the normal couples night out, family get-togethers, and corporate team-building events. The Exit Room is a one-of-a-kind boutique escape room catering to special occasions and corporate team-building events and is unmatched in the Kansas City metro. With 5 individually designed and varied escape room adventures, your party or employees can unplug from their electronic world, interact with one another, match wits, and ultimately escape the humdrum of the ordinary. The Exit Room adventures cross decades and centuries and create fascinating fun. I know the owners well. They are local folks, their staff is warm and friendly, their lobby is inviting and beautiful, and their adventures are award-winning. Check online. There are over 1,000 reviews, and note that they are a rare 5-star ranked business. Visit their website and Facebook page, and any of my listeners who books online at theexitroomkc.com using the promo code ClinkScale19 gets 10% off any ticket purchase. The Exit Room in Lee Summit. Unplug, interact, and escape. Get a refreshing change of your expectations of a sports bar and restaurant at the 23rd Street Brewery in Lawrence. Matt Llewellyn's welcoming spot at Clinton Parkway and Cassold covers all the bases, like their own handcrafted beers and all the televisions you need for great sports viewing, but it's the large, varied, and delicious menu that stands apart. From a favorite of mine like the awesome ahi tuna appetizer to great sandwiches, outstanding pizza, and truly fantastic entrees, the 23rd Street Brewery has it all. Matt and his friendly staff make it that much more enjoyable. Food until 10, fun until late. The 23rd Street Brewery is a can't-miss stop when you are in Lawrence. I was duped, and I recommend you be next. For better or worse, the ultra-realistic impression of me sits now in my wife's office to spook her on a daily basis. So what is Doob? D-O-O-B. It's the keepsake of a lifetime, a 3D-generated, incredibly lifelike figurine. 66 cameras take an image at exactly the same moment in any pose, and state-of-the-art 3D technology transforms that into exact replicas of you, anyone you know or love, a pet, whomever is close to your heart. Create lifetime memories with a Doob. Visit their Facebook page at Doob 3D Kansas City, or better yet, see their incredible creations. Visit their location down on the plaza in the heart of it at 231 West 47th Street in KC Mo. Doob, be next. Welcome back to Kansas City Profiles, presented by Easton Roofing. Our guest today is John Teegarde from Midwest Adaptive Sports. His fascinating story of adapting his sports career and weekend warrior outlook to adaptive sports is certainly a great one. I want to get back to just as we start up again, to the mental adjustment for you. You mentioned that you just always thought you were going to get better. Is that really what kind of kept you going? And at what point did you say, "Hey, my life has taken a different turn," and you maybe came to some sort of peace with it?
Yeah, it was once I started getting involved in softball and then later in basketball, and with organizations, with Midwest Adaptive, and seeing the change it made in people's lives. I do a lot of recruiting, and so I recruit people that are going through the same thing I am, and seeing them being depressed and then getting in a chair and playing sports like they used to. And just instantaneously seeing that their whole expression change. That's when I realized that this is the path I'm supposed to be on. Mm-hmm. This one I'm supposed to be doing, and I just absolutely love that.
You are a veteran, and you're wearing a golf shirt that says
Yes.
Paralyzed Veterans of America, Gateway Chapter. And we've seen organizations like Folds of Honor and things like that in golf do such great work. It just seems like a much better time for veterans and people with disabilities and people who want to be in adaptive sports and things like that than maybe it would have been a generation ago. The awareness seems better. People maybe seem more sympathetic, and certainly the treatment of veterans has gotten substantially better over the years.
Yes, it has. And we go up to Fort Riley once a year, and we demo wheelchair basketball with their veterans up there, the paralyzed veterans, and we get them in chairs and they play. And we try to recruit veterans to come and play. I'm a veteran. We have a couple other veterans on our team. There's actually this year, for the upcoming Softball World Series, there's a team of veterans from Florida coming up, which I'm very excited about.
Talk about the level of competition when you go to a national championship, and I want to get into the basketball a little bit too. But
okay.
What the team from Japan comes over? Is there a Yankees of the national champion? Is there a team that kind of kicks ass all the time? Or tell me about that.
Yes, there is. The Nebraska Barons up in Omaha. They are the perennial world champions. They battle the Minnesota Twins every year for the championship, and that's the team that kind of helped us build up.
Right.
We play them a couple of times a year. We actually beat them last year, which we were very happy about. They were not. But yeah, they're a very good team. They're a great bunch of guys. That's one thing I love about this sport is everybody's friends. We compete with each other, but we also help coach each other. You see guys coaching players from the other teams and just learning and trying to grow the sport and just making it more competitive.
Give us an idea of what a game is like. You talked about hitting the ball in the gap, or
Right.
are there a lot of home runs because the ball rolls out on the asphalt, or do you have actually guys that are like leadoff hitters who are speedier on the wheelchair? And describe a game for me.
Yeah, we do. We have guys that are very fast. We have guys that can hit the ball a ton. We do have fences. We set up fences. We have a few guys who can knock it over. I cannot. I try. But yeah, you just like any baseball, you have your speed guys and your power guys, and you have guys that hit for average.
And as a pitcher, is this throw it as hard as you can, or is it an arc sport? Or
It's an arc sport. It's
Okay.
slow pitch.
Okay.
Right. So you try to hit your locations.
Right.
You try to figure out what the batter's weaknesses are, I should say. Sorry.
Get the sabermetrics of wheelchair
Right.
softball. Is that right? How that goes? So when the team is dominant, like that team from Omaha, is that sort of the gold standard, and you just are trying somehow to reach that, and that say, hey, we need to recruit up more better players. Look how good they are. And how did Omaha just come to be that powerhouse, do you think?
They just recruited some really good players. They actually have a former Royals player. He was in the minor league system that plays for him. He plays left field. He has a cannon for an arm. He will gun you down from left field, and he is a big home run hitter.
Right.
And they have lots of speed and lots of. They really practice hard. That's the key. Is practice. What you put into your practice, you get out of during the game.
Is there ever any controversy about the level of, whatever you would say, disability of players? Is there ever any controversies about that particular thing?
Not really. We do have to go through, and we have evaluators
Right.
that come through and say that you were at this level. Mm-hmm. We have, in softball, you're ranked a 1, 2, or 3, or quadriplegic.
Right.
So you have to get that ranking. We can only have, given that system, you can only have 22 points on the field.
I see.
That gives every player, no matter their disability, a chance to play.
Right.
Because if you just put in
A bunch of ones.
or in this case, a bunch of threes.
A bunch of threes,
Yes.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be unfair to teams that only have a bunch of ones.
Right. I got you. Now, it sounds like there's a lot of camaraderie, a lot of fun, but the competition level, obviously, for people must be incredibly high because it takes a certain level of competitiveness and desire to want to continue to play when you once knew that you could play stand-up ball. And this is hard work, I'm sure, and people must be super competitive to want to do it.
Yeah, it is. It's very competitive. We're trying to build. We have one team here in Kansas City. We're trying to build that up. We'd love to have 2 teams here in Kansas City.
Right. Right, because it doesn't sound like you get to play all that many games.
We don't.
Right.
Yeah, it's a very short season.
Right.
We start in May, and then it's done in August.
But tell me a little bit about playing basketball. I see when you see wheelchair basketball, a lot of times at a very high level, there's a lot of contact going on there in the wheelchairs, and it looks like it's ultra competitive.
Wheelchair basketball is a contact sport. I've been knocked over a good number of times. A friend of mine who I recruited when he was first injured, I was talking to him about playing, and he came out to play his first practice. And we had a kid, Jasper, who was, probably about 15, 16 at the time, I believe. And Matt actually knocked him over and felt horrible because he was still under that mindset of he's an able-bodied person.
Right.
We told him that don't worry about that because probably in the next 10 minutes he's going to be
knocking you over.
Yeah, he's going to be knocked over. And sure enough, he got knocked over.
Right.
Well, the next player or so, as he's lying there, he has this look on his face of, this is a game I want to play. Because he has that competitive spirit.